the rise and fall of the Viking Age. They came from the cold. They burned kingdoms, they terrified Europe, and then they vanished. For nearly 300 years, the Vikings reshaped the world. Kings feared them. Cities paid them off. Empires collapsed because of them. But the most surprising part of the Viking story is not how powerful they became, it's how quietly they disappeared. To understand the fall, we need to start at the beginning. When most people hear the word Viking, they imagine horned helmets and bloodthirsty warriors. That image is wrong. Viking was not a race, it was an activity. To go Viking meant to leave home and sail out to raid, trade, or explore. Most Vikings were farmers, fishermen, craftsmen. They lived ordinary lives in an extraordinary land. Scandinavia was harsh, long winters, poor soil, short growing seasons. Life was hard, and opportunity was limited. As populations grew, young men looked toward the sea, and that's when everything changed. The Vikings possessed something no one else did. The longship, fast, lightweight, deadly. It could cross open oceans and slide silently up shallow rivers. No walls could stop it. No army was prepared for it. Europe was exposed. In the year 793, the world learned that lesson the hard way. At dawn, on the coast of England, monks were praying at a peaceful monastery called Lindisfarne. Then ships appeared on the horizon. The Vikings attacked without warning. They killed, looted, and vanished back into the sea. The shock was enormous. For the first time, Europe realized something terrifying. Nowhere was safe. That raid marked the beginning of the Viking Age. Over the next 2 centuries, the Vikings struck again and again. England, Ireland, France, Spain. They followed rivers deep inland, attacking cities that believed they were untouchable. Paris was besieged. Kings were humiliated. Some rulers chose to fight. Others chose to pay. Huge sums of silver were handed over just to make the Vikings leave. But the Vikings were not just destroyers, they were builders. As raids turned into settlements, Vikings began to stay. They married locals, learned new languages, started towns. Dublin was founded by Vikings. So was York. So was Normandy. What began as terror slowly became influence. Some Vikings became kings, others became explorers, and they sailed farther than anyone thought possible. Vikings reached Iceland, then Greenland, and around the year 1000, they reached North America, 500 years before Columbus. They called it Vinland. The world was far larger than Europe ever imagined. At their peak, the Vikings were unstoppable. So what went wrong? The truth is simple. They didn't collapse, they changed. Europe adapted. Kingdoms built stone castles. Armies improved. Coastal defenses strengthened. Raids became riskier, less profitable, and the Vikings themselves were evolving. Christianity spread through Scandinavia. Old gods faded. New beliefs took hold. Raiding fellow Christians became unacceptable. Kings wanted stability. Trade replaced terror. The Viking warrior was becoming a European ruler. The Viking Age was ending not with defeat, but with transformation. In 1066, the final chapter was written. King Harald Hardrada of Norway invaded England. He was defeated at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. It was the last great Viking invasion. After that, the age of raiders was over. But the Vikings were not gone. They live on in modern Scandinavia, in city names, in languages, in bloodlines. They shaped Europe more than almost any other people. They did not fade into history. They became it. And that is the rise and fall of the Viking Age.